Once again, welcome to News Tonight. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. We're sorry to arrive to you this late. First though, let's look at the top stories. In our top stories tonight, Justice Stella Arach Amoko laid to rest at Jukia Hill in Nebi. Banyakigazi to promote their history and culture. Leptong sub-county chiefs in trouble over snubbing PDM launch. Late Justice Stella Arach Amoko has been laid to rest at her cultural land on the slopes of Jukia Hill in Nebi municipality, while presiding over as chief mourner during her burial. Third Prime Minister Rukia Isanga Nakadama said that the late Justice Stella served Uganda with diligence, adding that she promoted fairness in the process of delivering justice to the citizens.
Honorable late Justice Arach Amoko, who was a justice of the Supreme Court at the time of her death, served her country with a high sense of dedication, humility, and integrity. During her 44-year distinguished legal career, Honorable late Justice Arach Amoko delivered judgments that did not only resolve conflicts, but also promoted fairness and brought justice to many Ugandans. In an effort to reduce the case backlog and prevent the court system from getting further overwhelmed by cases, she introduced alternative dispute resolution mechanisms at the commercial court.
The different roles that she played have been recognized the whole of this last week. The Supreme Court took occasion and held a special Supreme Court session where her performance at the court was put on record. The family shall have a copy of the court record of those proceedings. Allow me to thank you, Ambassador Amoko, for supporting your dear wife to serve the judiciary and the nation at large. Without your support, she may never have risen to the great judge and jurist that we celebrate today.
She did passionately with a love for justice to her people. She helped me, guided me, and we are still in the process that maybe will be granted. And as you can read from various media and in the gazette, that maybe is now gazetted to have a high court circuit. It has been a struggle. She also said, I must move together with my colleague, Chair for Moyo, who happens to be our chairperson for West Nile Leaders Association. Also, Mali people have been facing a lot of difficulties, and she said as leaders of West Nile, we should choose one place in Greater Nebi, one in Greater Mali, and for Greater Mali, it's going to be in Moyo, and also for Greater Nebi will be in Nebia, and we have finished all our processes.
The international community of Banyakigazi Uganda chapter members has urged government to give them space in Kampala University to establish a hub to exhibit their cultural achievements and writings of the prominent people in their community. While officiating at the emergency general meeting in Kampala, former Prime Minister Dr. Hakana Rugunda and Patron and ECOB advised members to work closely with government in order to fulfill their objective of improving the social, economic, and cultural heritage.
The international community of Banyakigazi Uganda chapter was started mainly to preserve their culture and language. With the inception of COVID-19, the organization did not hold activities. However, during the period under review 2018 to date, opportunities were evaluated, challenges faced, and the organization is moving forward. The acting executive chairperson, ICOB, Grace Mugabire Mutebile, says they held a health camp in Rubanda district where they gave community members family planning services, carried out HIV and AIDS testing and counseling, checked for hepatitis B and C.
Out of this, 3 patients, 3 ladies, were on site for to be having sugar, blood sugar, cancer of the cervical cancer, and they were referred to Murago, and we forwarded them. And with the help of Mr. BB, they were treated.
Through fundraising activities from the Banyakigazi Executive Committee members and well-wishers, because they lack a funding base, ICOB contributed 18.5 million Ugandan shillings to Rubanda Technical Institute and 18.5 million shillings to Hamura Vocational and Secondary School for youth skilling program.
The girls are learning how to tailor, to make hair, salon, and all this money, which that amounts to 37 million, was given to us during the convention by King Caesar Mulenga.
Potential for us to be able to make our own money is huge, of raising funds in order to support our own income generating capacity. We cannot continue to rely on the Nzeis of this world and the Mutizas of this world, because as we lose our financial capacity, we also lose interest, or we lose the capacity to continue to contribute to organizations like ICOB.
While officiating at the emergency meeting of ICOB, the former Prime Minister Arua Rugunda cautioned members of the Banyakigazi community against overstretching themselves, but work closely with government to achieve the objectives.
Now, for the tourism objectives that we are pushing then and continue to push now, you need good policies that will not obstruct tourists from coming. You have heard that there is going to be the first Okarwemera archive, where the works of first Okarwemera will be kept. Our community is asking government to give us space at Kabari University.
Rugunda urged members to uphold and sustain the non-political nature, emphasizing that as Banyakigazi, they need to keep together irrespective of political views.
That has been on, pointing of fingers and say, this one is trying to do ABCD in ICOB, should not shock us. On the contrary, we should expect that, but manage it well to make sure that the non-partisan nature of ICOB is not compromised.
The international community of Banyakigazi is looking at filling vacant positions and ensuring that their constitution is reviewed and approved going forward. I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lugimwa in Kampala.
Now, the MK movement, led by the National Vice Chairman for Western Balam Barugahara, has pitched camp in Oyam North to drum up support for the NRM candidate Engola Okello Jr. Team was in door-to-door, business-to-business and open market campaigns in a vote count for the candidates as they addressed rallies in other areas.
In Oyam constituency, Oyam North constituency today, to join our forces on ground, both MK movement and the NRM and NRM Secretariat. We are here to back the candidate that was nominated to hold the NRM flag, and that is none other than MK Lango Regional Sub-Coordinator, Junior Engola. We are grateful and appreciate the choice made by our parent party, NRM. We don't take this partnership or choice lightly. We would like to thank you for seeing quality in one of our colleagues in Lango sub-region. We arrived today and we started door to door as the candidate was doing rallies. Today we did door to door. We visited a couple of drinking joints, markets, and a few youth groups. And tomorrow, some of us will go to church in the morning. Then we shall join the candidate on the campaign trail, where we anticipate to attend all the 5 rallies earmarked for tomorrow to beef up support. This win is the win that we are looking at, is a win for all of us. So I call upon all supporters of MK Army and MK movement to join our parent party, NRM, to ensure we get this win. We are not going to sleep. We have earmarked all our Lango structure will be in Lango, in Oyam, to protect the vote. So I call upon everyone to embrace and support our candidate. He's not a candidate of MK movement, he's a candidate of NRM as well. So he's a joint candidate and product of Museum 7. Thank you, the chairman of the party and the Secretary General and the entire Secretariat who have been on ground to ensure this young man wins. So we are here to support you. And our regional leaders of Lango have been on ground as well, Omara, Oite, Ayotone, and all the others. We would like to thank you for the support.
Bishop Emeritus of Lugazi Catholic Diocese, Right Reverend Matthias Sekamanya, has encouraged learners and scholars to bear good fruits and discipline towards their academic achievements. Bishop Matthias was leading in a mass for the 10th year's celebrations of Our Lady of Africa in Mokono.
The celebrations of 10 years of abundant harvest of Our Lady of Africa Senior Secondary School in Mukono district attracted hundreds of people. The main celebrant was Lugazi Bishop Emeritus Matthias Sekamanya, tasked students and learners to be positive and endure better performance during their studies. Bishop Matthias Sekamanya also commended parents who strive, taking positive responsibilities towards their children and upbringing.
God, for the founders of this school, pray for them that we may get more inspiration. Dear parents, let us pray for these young people here who are at this school. Whatever is being given to them.
The Katikiro of Uganda, Charles Peter Maiga, who was also the guest of honor, applauded the school director for the dedication work of creating successful change in the country by serving humanity.
The readiness and willingness to serve is testimony of his love for kingdom and country. The different roles that Vincent Matov plays in the country, including being a Rotarian, is the true testament of patriotism. We must not always wait for money in order to serve humanity.
Katikiro Maiga tasked teachers to impart knowledge to students that make them independent and creative thinkers, being able to give solutions to different challenges of the world.
To observe everything around them, believing that in all they hear and all they see and all they touch, all they feel can be turned into opportunities that can bring them happiness in the future.
General Katumba Amara, the Minister of Works, thanked and asked parents to take extra care for the students, especially loving them. Despite challenges, they go conquer every day. He continued, to encourage learners to stay in schools and live healthy lives by avoiding different temptations.
Let's not suffer from the syndrome of the TB, too busy looking for money, and we forget about our children. They need us. They need our care. They need our love. Please give them love. I don't know how many of you, even in the morning, take an effort to hug your child and tell him, I love you.
The director of the school, Matov Vincent, says the institution has been able to develop well in terms of academic excellence as continues to nurture and attract different students across the region.
That we shall consolidate our achievements of the past 10 years and use them to drive this school to even greater heights. All what we have, we attribute it all we attribute all our achievements so far because of the love of God.
Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Well, now in Rusherere, North Ankole Diocese has held special Thanksgiving prayers to congratulate President Yoweri Museveni for healing from COVID-19. The prayers were organized by the Bishop of the North Diocese, Stephen Namanya, to thank God for healing the fountain of honor, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, from the deadly COVID-19, and were held at St. Emmanuel Cathedral, Rusherere, in Kiruhura District.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has lauded the people of North Ankole for the love they have for President Museveni and organizing a Thanksgiving prayers for him.
Tisobora kugamba ngunyewe manyire no kunabaire Prime Minister. Ninyenda kusima abantu ba Kiruhura abo kuhagira President. Ngoza kusima Bishop abo kuija. Nesara nywe na basabire Sara. I know everybody was praying. Nyena imukaga saa mwende gwekyo ngamba mukama Ruhanga tuyambo musajja ogwakire kubanga Uganda ekyamwetaka nkimanyire nanyo nywe na mwasabaga baitu ati betukujja kusima mukama Ruhanga atuyambire president waitu nakora aliyo by the way kamba ekyo okuramukia muri kurugo president waitu wehanga.
The Premier asked the people of Kiruhura for always supporting the NRM government and voting able leaders. Nabanja challenged the people of Kiruhura to stop changing leaders because this affects service delivery. Nabanja also asked the people of Kiruhura to embrace government programs so that all people can develop and join the money economy.
Kiruhura eri district ikaire ne hagira NRM tukubasima bamutaka kuhagira NRM wara hagira tukubasaba mwongeremu ati Uganda yone kuhagira NRM Uganda yone kuhagira Museveni abantu bona bakumuhagira nozani Uganda tiyahagiraga ati bona bakoraki bakuhagira inywe kuno mwongeremu amani katambuka abagambire n'okulinda.
The Bishop of North Ankole Diocese, Right Reverend Stephen Namanya, in a message delivered for him by Reverend Canon Patrick, says that they have organized these Thanksgiving prayers to show their appreciation to God for healing the President from the deadly COVID-19. Bishop Namanya couldn't attend the prayers in person because of his poor health status.
Habukuba tukamushabira kandi Ruhanga yagaruka mukusaba kwitu kandi tito twenka kureka n'abanyarwanda bona Ruhanga yatugarukamu shemereire kumusimira ahabukuba shara zona nguzigarukamu bweno nkirize n'abantu bona tutendereze musima Ruhanga abugarukamu kushaba kwitu kute tendereza.
The bishop lauded President Museveni for steering the country to development.
Okutubya munonga okufa kw'abaana n'endwara kandi ekikiretsire okukanya kw'abantu mu ihanga lyaitu ekyo mukiterera omu ngaro abo kwa president atubize okufa kw'abantu okushomesa abantu okuruga aha myaka 45 okuruga mu mwaka gwa 86 okuhika 79% abwe 2021 okureeta obumwe omu Banyayuganda hamwe n'okukora ebyentunguuka nk'enguuto amashomero amarwariro n'ebindi bingi.
Members of Parliament from Kiruhura district thanked God for healing President Museveni so that he could continue serving the country. Giovannis Renduru, the woman member of Parliament for Kiruhura district, thanked God for listening to their prayers to heal the president.
Na yebarerhanga waito kutugarukamu. Na yebarerhanga wa family. Na yonte gisimera hati tokutwatwa abetesityo mugira ngo abana bebo bakabarahi. Manyana bakabagarukamu. Nabo abana bejo bakirabireho. Ihe hangarikirabireho. Abana president ahera ba UPA bakirabaho. Family yakirabaho. Omukazi we yakirabaho. Abakazi burhanga na president bahire nyuma bakatoma maisho twakirabaho na yebarerhanga weitu.
However, Wilson Kajwenje, the Nyabushozi constituency member of parliament, reported to the Prime Minister about the animal theft that has rocked his area.
Nambwen hariho na video hariho ente n'emotoka y'ekiriya district ente eri omu motoka ezindi nibazibaga bazita omu bubasi omwanya gw'okutwara ente Kampala baza kuguzayo enyama. It's high criminality.
At the Thanksgiving service, over 98 million shillings was raised in cash and pledges to help in the development of the church. The Prime Minister bought President Museveni's portrait at 10 million shillings, a heifer at 5 million shillings, and also pledged to contribute more 50 million shillings towards development projects of the church.
Indeed, we thank you, God, for the healing power. Now, State Minister of Lands, Sam Mayanja, has urged surveyors in the country to use truth and fairness in surveying the land of Ugandans in order to eliminate land fraud and protect their dignity. He was speaking at a memorial event of former first surveyor President Kaija Katuram.
The family of the late Nasanael Sebagara of Mityana has complained to the State Minister for Lands about attempts to grab their land. Through Jonathan Rububi, who accused Namudu's side of attempting to steal their father's land titles, and through using RDC's power, they destroyed their properties.
Sengenge wonna basibawo sengenge era okulabayo bakifeesi be bakujjayo amfiiridde wano n'ekijja bakisaako geeri tetukyakirizibwayo balinga ffe be basosodde tetukyakola ki tetukyakkirizibwayo na paati eyabaddeko ekijja nayo bagisibyeko geeri.
Namudu Polini, who is an administrator of the late Nasanael Sebagara's property, said their father had 66 children and Mayambara is her biological brother who wants to kill him. The chairman in Mityana district, Patrick Mugisha, emphasized that Malangara is a place where all land grabbers from Kampala station. Biekwaso Pafra, of 64 years, who is claiming land, said that RDC connived with the land grabbers using police to take away their land.
Chairman nagama RDC nemugamba muntwanga wano tewali aliwa kuwa amateeka atenze buli lwasande nze siwa mwenge sikyakala mbera ku program ya honorable minister kusande yatugamba government yatuwa security of occupancy.
The RDC Mityana Ahalikundira Africano said Malangala people should stop politicizing matters of the land.
Ekintu ky'ebyobufuzi
bwe mutakijja mu nsonga z'ettaka eggwanga gye liraga wafu nnyo nnyo. Don't politicize land matters.
The State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, appealed for unity between the chairman Mityana district and the RDC's office.
District, siwa political party affiliation. Nsanyusa nnyo kubanga RDC ne OC5 bakwataganye era bagenda kolagana wamu. Kakati njagala bakwatagane mu ngalo nga bwe mukube emuduula eyawagulu ennyo. Yes.
After visiting the locus, the minister asked the RDC Mityana Halikundira Africano to arrest all suspect land grabbers in Malangala, mainly those involved in destroying people's properties.
Kuddayo kuwulira bujega wano. Nze nazaalibwa wano Mityana. Bujega bwange bikimu obubeera wano ne olina gye n'ekipapula n'abagamba nti fa wano nawe n'ovaawo. Okukizuula ng'omusajja tagabanga. Bw'oba wagaba ate nga nze zaayo abantu bagende ekibi enkuba egenda eggwawo owaayo banditandikiddewo naŋŋambye nti kati yandiggyayo enkumbi ye n'atandika okulima.
To take immediate in issues that created a rift in the late Nasanai Sebagara's family. The minister also advised the RDC
ow'ettaka n'ow'ekibanja we watuviiridde obuzibu kuba kati olaba ono alumba omuntu ow'emyaka 80 amugende nti atambule olw'ettaka akantu ako batunaamaliriza ka Pulezidenti Museveni atusaliddewo bibenga byempulira embala
mpulirako nga mpita ow'ettaka najja buzini ndagira ab'ebibanja ne baludizibwa ku bibanja byabwe kubanga ow'ebibanja ali mu possession ow'ettaka n'amusangawa ali mu possession etteeka bwe ligamba you are in possession. The office of the RDC to mediate all the parties involved and come to a win-win situation. And I've told them that even if one party is already in court, I know that at any point of the proceeding of a matter, parties can still mediate and reconcile and come to a consent. And what I've pronounced about Rubiwanje evictions is for everybody, for general application. What I've said here about reconciliation does not in any way prejudice what I've announced there about evictions.
Robert Katamba, Jamilu Sekajja, UBC News.
Minister. Well, now that was a story about the Malangala land wrangles where the community had to sit in the lower local government headquarters to discuss issues of people destroying other people's properties. But of course, in that very same meeting, surveyors were spoken to by the State Minister of Land, Sam Mayanja, as he urged them in the country to use truth and fairness. Let's hear more in this story.
The State Minister of Land, Sam Mayanja, has urged surveyors in the country to use truth and fairness in surveying land in order to eliminate land fraud and protect their dignity as Kaija Katuramu. He was opening a memorial service for Kaija Katuramu, who was the first surveyors president in Uganda.
Kubanga wano balina willingness nga bwe mulabi bano abantu abaami bano bawedde ne awards balina value balina standards ze basettings mulabyeho nayo bagaine waliwo oliba mungati bategize standards ze baagala zigende mu maaso naye nga tebalina facilitation.
The minister also condemned those surveyors involved in land grabbing and said the government will work with the Institution of Surveyors Uganda to improve the work of surveyors.
Eyandibadde ya milioni 10 giseeko e billion olwokuba nze ninako kati oba ettaka eryandibadde eryayika 10 nze ŋŋambe nti ziriyika 15 olwokuba nja kubaako kyenfunako abo kibagambira bulijjo nti nfunamu ki kati ekintu ekyo kitandise okuyinga si profession ya valuers yokka ne profession endala n'olwekyo bano nga ba valuers
bali aged nga profession eno okussa standards okulaba nti no tewali ate our value eteri ntuufu.
The head of the Institution of Surveyors Uganda, Arosius Gonza, explained the problems they are facing in their work nowadays, saying the laws are old and they should be changed according to him.
Unscrupulous surveyors or unethical surveyors have issued titles in lakes or in swamps. These are dilemmas or these are ethical issues that we are dealing with as a profession. And therefore, coming here and talking to them and drumming the message of ethical standards, professionalism is very key, so that people can hear not just from this profession also, but from very senior surveyors. Some of these people have been there for the last 80 years. You have seen Kaija, you have seen Honorable Shemba Gaine is 82, he's here. You have seen Honorable Kero. These are people above 70s. They have been practicing for the last long time of life.
A retired High Court Judge, Justice Patrick Tabaro, and relatives spoke highly of the former first surveyor President Kaija Katuramu and urged all surveyors to follow his example by basing their work on truth. Jamilu Sekaja compared this report for UBC News.
Thank you, James Sekaja. Now, government has been tasked to invest more in availing information about family planning, especially to the teenagers, in order to reduce the prevalence of teenage pregnancies in the country.
The survey was carried out in 15 regions across the country, where findings indicate that only 4 million girls are able to access family planning methods. This, according to experts, puts the young girls at risks of teenage pregnancies and abortions. Inadequate information about family planning is another barrier which needs to be addressed to make stakeholders appreciate the uptake of family planning methods.
If information and other services like commodities, mobilization, and equipping facilities, but also educating men and women and couples, and we continue with the trend we have been observing, it is likely we shall be able to achieve the target of the cost implementation plan. However, like I've said, that comes at a cost. In terms of service availability, information inclusive, but also engaging the women and men in the communities and providing the commodities and supplies.
Capacity building is important. And like I said, we have to keep on training because as we are aware, we have to invest in this both basic and comprehensive obstetric emergency care.
The survey also indicated an increased number of teenage girls who use traditional methods of family planning, which according to them bears less health risks as compared to the modern methods.
Others have told us that they tie the umbilical cord of their last born in their doorways so that they don't have children. So all these are not scientifically proven and they're called traditional. And certainly we have been seeing an improvement in modern contraceptive use. Has been increasing as of the last survey that was conducted last year in September, all women 15 to 19, we found that 35% for every 100 women 15 to 49, 41 of them were using a modern contraceptive method. But also amazingly and interestingly, about 6.5 for every 100 women, about 7 of them were using actually a traditional method, like I said.
Health workers were reportedly hesitant to attend to post-abortion patients due to fear for being arrested. This puts the lives of the teenage girls at risk.
I must emphasize at this point that abortion in Uganda is outlawed and is not acceptable, but women who go for post-abortion care are supposed to receive care because if they don't, then there are severe consequences which could result into death. There is need for the Ministry of Health and partners to quickly explain to health workers that which is acceptable and that which is not.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
The Criminal Investigations Department wants students to avoid drug addiction, avoid participating in premature sexual activities, and disrespecting their parents, as it can lead to their failure in life.
The fundraising ceremony for the construction of the stadium at Buwambo City Secondary School kicked off with students showcasing their talents in singing, drama and poetry as recordings were sold to raise the required funds. It was attended by religious leaders, local leaders, officials from Mengo, with the National Criminal Investigations Department Chief Brigadier General Christopher Damulira as the chief guestee. There were speeches from various leaders, with everyone buying a CD to support the plans for the stadium.
N'abasomesa mwenna ne management abayiyiza ekintu kino mbasaba tekikoma ku launch kali kyodde ebeere ya buli mwaka.
The headmaster of the school, Chiwanuka William, thanked the government for the new curriculum, which he said gives children the opportunity to showcase their talents.
Beetaba mu composing ennyimba zino ne beetaba mu kuzirikodinga ate ne beetaba ne mu kuzifulumya ate era beetabye ne mu kuziyimba. N'olwekyo twagala okwebaza abaana n'abaleeta new curriculum eno okujjayo ebitone by'abaana.
The board chairman, Sentumbu William, thanked President Museveni for building all the structures at the school, but pointed out the need to add more in order to implement the new curriculum. Damulira urged the people to thank President Museveni for the freedom he has given in order to develop education, and thanked the parents and teachers for taking the school forward.
President Mulwa vision ey'okulaba nti buli munnayuganda alina access to education. Yetwava edda nga batono abasoma, naye kaakati mwenna mukimanyi nti buli mwana azaalibwa mu Uganda alina omukisa okusoma. It's very, very important.
He warned students to avoid drugs, listen to parents and teachers, and not to participate in premature sexual activities.
That means you have some obligations. You are just going not to become future leaders. Mutandika kati mumpulira okubeera abakulembeze ab'omu maaso, mutandika kati nga mukola ebituufu, nga mugoberera abasomesa bye babasomesa, nga mubeera abaana ba mpisa, nga mutya abazadde, nga mutya Katonda. Ebyo byonna byebikutegeka okubeera omukulembeze owaki ow'omu maaso. Sexuality temubiwulire nga mubiyimbako wano, ebisiyaga temubiwulira nga babyogerako. Amasomero agamu gatandise okufuna incidences ez'ebisiyaga. Please, if you detect any tendencies of homosexuality, report what? To your teachers.
At least 20 million out of the 60 million towards the construction of the stadium. Robert Katamba, Jamilu Sekaja, UBC News.
Now, as we look at access to justice, the Minister of State for Disabilities, Helen Asamo, has urged the people with disabilities to embrace government programs which are capable of eradicating poverty and also improving on their well-being, like Emioga and Parish Development Model.
In a meeting with the women living with disabilities, Minister of State for Disabilities, Helen Asamo, preached the gospel of income-generating programs than politicking in order to empower themselves with their families at large. Minister Asamo also disclosed some of the projects the ministry is working on with the aim of benefiting PWD's fraternity.
Politics aside, let us work. Yeah. And I know we shall have our plans, each of us individual plans, we shall be visiting people. Even if I meet 2 people, I will be happy. If we took advantage of government right now, it will be difficult to say again that you are disabled, because you will be very more beautiful than the way you are here. Because now government is putting in money and they want to see change.
The Member of Parliament representing persons with disabilities, Laura Kanusu, who also doubles the founder Legal Action for People Living with Disabilities, says they are advocating for rights to access justice for women and girls with disabilities.
If the court is breaking the law, because there is a law on accessibility to any public building, so if you are a court of law and you cannot be accessible, what kind of judgment are you going to give after that? When a person walks in, they get off their wheelchair and they crawl to your courtroom. It is a shame. It's a big shame. So courts must set the first example for others to follow.
Laura further more emphasized the government and all authorities to prioritize PWDs in any developmental program introduced.
I want to appeal to the government. Please, for any economic empowerment program coming, let's make sure that persons with disabilities benefit. Statistics all over the world show that people with disabilities are the poorest of the poor. Now, if we are the poorest of the poor and we don't benefit from the government programs, then how can we say that government is targeting poor people?
Physical accessibility was also among the key issues raised during the symposium, which women say they are denied.
They start the foundation to make a good accessibility. Now we have come here somewhere to learn.
Women with disabilities are supposed to go on land, but sometimes they are denied.
The chairperson for legal actions for persons living with disabilities, Christine Mulindwa Matovu, says that there is a big gap of people knowing their rights.
These women, we will encourage them. We hope that they will be able to implement some of the things that are available even by government.
The symposium was organized with the aim at educating women with disability on their rights and how to access them on various capacities. Tanawa Kenneth compiled this report for UBC News.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Uganda's oil and gas projects are providing opportunities for Ugandan businesses. Between 2017 and 2022, 40% of the 3,800 procurements worth $4.4 billion were awarded to 460 Ugandan companies. This includes 41 community-based companies that have been awarded contracts worth $2.3 million. In order to be contracted to supply goods and services for oil activities in Uganda, entities must register on the National Suppliers Database. Over 2,300 entities are registered on the National Suppliers Database. Registration is free. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial *185*7*6# to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Turaco. Prudential and Turaco are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
This isn't just a girl.
She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
Their support meant so much to me, and as a teenage girl, I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
This is the University of Africa. On the streets, you get your real education. Here, everybody has a degree of something. But the most important qualification is imagination. His reason is to be the GOAT. The reason to imagine is to take the beat and make it lit. So no matter what your situation, just use your imagination.
Welcome to the business desk. The focal person for the parish development model PDM in Kabale district, Beda Mwebase, is being criticized over delayed implementation of the program in the area. Concerns have been raised about Kabale district's failure to distribute allocated funds even 3 years after the program was launched.
District and Kabale municipality have not yet disbursed the revolving fund to the beneficiaries. Then we are concerned, and we called a meeting for all stakeholders, and like you've seen the challenges. Parish chiefs really cannot, they get demotivated when the president says and his cabinet that there should be an allowance per parish, but then like you've seen the writing, the write-ups on the wall, they were all demanding for their allowances to be paid. And you've seen that when we actually demanded that they be paid, they brought the money for them to be paid, and we thank God that gap has been fixed. They have promised us that by Monday, between Monday and Wednesday, they will have received their money. It's been a concern to the beneficiaries, but then we thank God we've worked around, we've mapped, and we are going to solve the gap that has been there. The challenges, yes, are there. Some trainings were not done.
Ministry of Health has encouraged employers to create programs that support employees' physical and mental wellness in order to increase on labor productivity. This call comes at a time when there is a rise in non-communicable diseases, with physical inactivity being one of the major contributors.
To promote preventive health, where emphasis is put on the control of illnesses. Particular focus is being put on non-communicable diseases that are reported to be on the rise, with statistics showing that 25% of Uganda's population has hypertension and 80% of the people are not aware that they have the disease.
When you exercise, you improve the overall body function, starting from the brain, the way the mental health status, the functioning, the different body organs functioning, including the muscles and the bone. So overall, it is very, very important for our health. So it is important, therefore, for employees or employers to ensure that employees engage in physical activities, any form, be it walking, jogging, dancing, running.
More worrying is that there are more children presenting with type 1 diabetes, with obesity being one of the main contributing factors.
What is directly related to overweight and obesity is the disease that we commonly call diabetes. Now, in this country, we tend to see a growing number of children that are coming up with type 1 diabetes. Type 1 is the type that is common in children, as opposed to type 2 that is more prevalent in adults, what we call adult onset diabetes. And generally, according to Health Management Information System, the data that we have in this country, about 800,000 Ugandans living with diabetes.
Human Resource Managers Association of Uganda and Nela Organics have entered into partnership to promote corporate wellness services.
Pushing forward the cause for employee wellness. We know that welfare programs have been very prevalent in these organizations, but wellness is something that's completely different. It's usually individualized, and that's how we know that an employee is doing well, is able to be productive and efficient at work. So we join hands with the HRMAU to support that journey for providing wellness solutions for their the managers and inadvertently for their.
We hope to encourage human resource professionals in organizations to take lead of the employee well-being initiatives and to ensure that we have a track record of how our employees are thriving, both in their wellness programs as well as their productivity.
Physical activity is regarded as important in fighting non-communicable diseases and overall well-being of an individual. And the World Health Organization recommends a minimum of 150 minutes of exercise per week for adults.
Renowned lawyer and founder of Femme Consultants, Frederick Etiang, officially launched his groundbreaking rapid industrialization model in a momentous event held in Kampala. The launch gathered representatives from various sectors, including academia, civil society, the African Development Bank, and the Ministry of Finance.
Etiang's rapid industrialization model comes at a crucial time when Uganda, under the leadership of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has set ambitious goals for industrial development. The country aims to establish more than 25 industrial parks by 2025 with a vision to boost economic growth and create employment opportunities.
This model is going to be implemented one at a continental level because we have sustainable development goals. And one of the sustainable development goals is emphasizing industry, innovation and infrastructure. It would mean that in Uganda, UNDP would be one of the partners to ensure enforcement of this model. Then at a continental level, I'm going to sell this model out to UN because UN has what we call the African Agenda 2063, and it's also emphasizing on industrialization.
As of December 2022, significant progress has been made, with 11 industrial parks already operational. Out of these, 8 are publicly owned, while 3 are privately operated. The establishment of these industrial parks reflects Uganda's commitment to promoting industrialization as a catalyst for economic transformation.
In this regard, we are working with the government of Uganda to catalyze funding in infrastructure and industry projects, grow liquid and effective capital markets, promote and drive enterprise development, promote strategic partnerships, and lastly, develop efficient industry clusters.
The model is saying, let's do focused human capital development. Even one who is not schooled to be an accountant for rapid industrialization will have the opportunity to maybe do welding.
The launch of Etiang's rapid industrialization model in Kampala marks a significant milestone in Uganda's journey towards achieving its industrialization targets. With the RIMA's comprehensive framework and step-by-step guidelines, Uganda and other African countries can accelerate their industrialization processes and unlock the full potential of their economies.
We have a few industries, and these industries are scattered. So it would mean that they don't enjoy the benefits of complementary services, where one industry, for example, leverages the opportunity of one which has maybe trucks for transporting commodities, then one which has raw materials. That is now about economies of scale. Then two, Uganda as a country, we still have a human resource deficit. You find that the human resource we have, most of them are not technical.
The event showcased the collaboration between government agencies, development partners, and private sector actors in driving industrialization efforts. The presence of representatives from the African Development Bank and the Ministry of Finance further highlights the recognition and support for Etiang's model as a crucial tool for promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization in Africa.
Uganda waraji baktusako manra mechikona tena tekobu seko season yakuna savu July kuma mal papas hall usaswe kwa MTN mobile money usasura gumu chitundu MTN usaswe nega nkomitano iga stemu kagatano stamu enda munana hasha kwa MTN ofune tiketi yokati wabula kumulyango usasure mitwale ebiri yepe mitwale tano ate meza ya milioni 2 munana July koni hotel mkono mwenda July Nikan Resort Elweza 15 July France Africa Jinja abiri mbili July Maria Flema Saka abiri mwenda July Afro Club Eka Sangati ate yoyo noku yingira mutwalo wafujinidwa musente Talent Africa Victoria University Suzu Property Consultants Pepsi Max Uganda Waraji ne
MTN. Attention coffee farmers, traders and processors. Uganda Coffee Development Authority has important advice for a successful harvest season. Pick only red farm cherries to achieve good weight and high quality coffee. For natural processing, dry coffee on tarpaulin, concrete or clothing to avoid mold growth. Avoid heaping coffee on the floor. Store coffee in jute bags and in ventilated rooms on wooden pallets. For more information on good harvest practices, visit your nearest extension worker or Uganda Coffee Development Authority offices.
Iwakato, this is a quick call. I'm almost out of minutes. Now, the center.
Why rush through such important conversations? Airtel Uganda has made it possible for you to call across all networks in Uganda at the best rates with the new Bona voice bundles. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with minutes valid for calls on all networks. Dial *100*1#. Select voice bundles and select Bona voice bundles today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Onto the sports desk, a telecommunication giant, MTN, has continued to place itself as a lead advocate for the growth of Uganda's sports. Collaborations with several entities like the Federation of Uganda Football Association hasn't made the company rest on its laurels, with commitment now on the youth for a secure future.
If any company in Uganda is intent on the nation's sports sector, then MTN Uganda has none close to it. From mega deals like that with the Federation of Uganda Football Associations, the telecom giants aren't resting on their laurels and have targeted the future through a fun day that brought together children and parents.
It's a sports day for our kids as MTN staff. Some of us came with our kids. They're just having fun, plus the children from our outreach. So it's a good initiative.
It's been a great MTN Excalibur fun day today. MTN is very, very happy to partner with the Foundation. Because of what we do for children, they continue to be very instrumental in nurturing kids through improving their lives through life skills and that it's a good one to partner with them. Together we are unstoppable. The day today, the fun day, has been a very great day. No rains, thanks to God. Our parents are having fun. We've just been participating in the watermelon smashing. The kids are having fun. We encourage you parents to always bring out your kids, children to such fun days.
Hosted at City High School in Kololo, the day was achieved in collaboration with Excalibur, which has Spanish roots and intent on youth sport and education.
We have been working the last year very hard with our kids, with the kids of the academy, and now we are here just to celebrate the achievement in their lives, in their personal life, and also how they are improving their skills in the school, at the school, and with their families, and also with the community. So now this is the moment to celebrate it. Also, I would like to emphasize that the importance of the family involvement and also the community cohesion. We are here, all the families and the community, to celebrate it together.
And the most thing I enjoyed today is the most thing I enjoyed today is seeing many children here having fun.
1, 2, 3, and we go. Right, they have received.
Now, lastly, schools like St. Joseph Girls in Zambia and Namiryango College School are intent on producing a holistic learner by incorporating formal education, at which they shine annually with co-curricular activities like sports. This has been evidenced at the institution's 2023 Sports Day.
3 weeks of daily sports activities at Namiryango College have climaxed with the institution's 2023 Sports Day. The school's sports day is contested in several disciplines, including hockey, football, and the school's niche of rugby.
Namiryango College is known to be famous for not only academics, but also other things like sports. Today, we are having the climax of our sports competitions for this year, 2023. We are competing in very many games, like, Namiryango College. Rugby is our number one sport. We also do football, we do basketball, we do volleyball, we do table tennis, lawn tennis, badminton, and many other games. The purpose of these competitions is to promote the spirit of teamwork among the boys, to teach them that a healthy man is supposed to live in a healthy body, whereby we think they should love sports from when they join the college until the time, maybe even when in their adulthood, they should continue doing sports for good health.
The final day is usually more fun because it's reserved for few disciplines highlighted by track and field activities that many learners embrace and celebrate.
My name is Dambajidea Raymond from Hanlon House, the House of Lords, and I feel so happy for having won this race. The 100-meter race for the junior category. Thank you to all my housemates.
Cherub Kenneth, I'm in Kaipa's house. I won the 5,000 meters, that is 2.5 laps. And yeah, I feel great right now.
The school's hierarchy is intent on ensuring every learner gets a co-curricular activity as they instill holistic education.
Namiryango College is one of the few schools in this country that offers its learners with a variety of disciplines.
The 2023 Namiryango College Sports Day had 12 contesting houses, including Kiwanuka, Kaipas, Rinsik, and Maki, and was won by Doyle House. At St. Joseph's Girls in Zambia, the students engaged in several activities on the occasion of the school's sports day.
It is very important because those physical activities help them to keep fit, to keep healthy, to keep vibrant, and a healthy person, one who can really think. Because if they don't do anything, they keep in books, only reading and so on, it does not help them.
Uganda Badminton Association President Annette Nakamya presided over the sports day with words of encouragement to the participants.
There are so many opportunities in sports because we're looking at sport as here we're looking at it as fun, but girls can really become elite athletes, and by that they can get to represent their country, to represent their families, to become role models, to become heroes for their country, but also to travel the world, to learn new cultures. They get to meet a lot of people, they get to experience the world all over, So, and the fact that now we are transitioning into sport as an income generating activity, then you find that these people will get to be employed in the sector as people who can earn, not only to just have fun or for health.
St. Francis House edged others after collecting 1,400 points, with Mother Kevin and St. Clair tied in second. Mother Bernardine finished fourth, St. Anthony fifth, and Padre Pio sixth.
So what made me win was my friends. My friends made me win, like they encouraged me.
Today, as usual, we had sports, and more than 100 students got involved in the races. They got involved in activities and sports like badminton, basketball, 400 meters, 800 meters. And really, it is very joyous, and the day has gone successfully.
And that does bring us to the end of News Tonight. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango from the entire team. It's a good night, but UBC programming continues.
It is this time of the day where we bring you the latest weather updates from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. My name is Juliet Nanteza. Some parts of the country have been having isolated showers, and this is due to the rain-bearing clouds that are over us, together with the local effects from Lake Victoria. As we prepare for Sunday, in the morning, central and eastern, we expect some light showers and thunder showers in most areas. Western, we expect Masindi to be with sunny intervals, Kasese, light showers, and then Kabale, sunny intervals. In the north, we expect most areas to be with sunny intervals. Later on in the afternoon, temperatures expected to rise to 27 in Kampala with light showers. Nakasongola, we expect temperatures to rise to 29. Eastern, we expect temperatures to rise to 29 with thunder showers. Western, we expect temperatures to rise to 30 in Kasese with some sunny intervals. Masindi, we expect temperatures to rise to 28 with light showers. And then Kabale Highlands, we expect temperatures to be at 25. In the north, we expect temperatures to rise to 31 in the Karamoja region with some light showers. Arua, we expect temperatures to be at 28. Elsewhere, Nairobi, we expect temperatures to be at 25 with sunny intervals. Dubai, we expect bright and sunny conditions at a maximum of 40. Cairo, we expect a maximum of 38. And London, we expect a maximum of 22. That's all we had for you from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Tune in same time tomorrow. Have a blessed Sunday.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Ocho, mwami musoke. Njose nekusanga.
Ate chichi.
Munange, anti gwamanya kunyinyonyola ebintu by'emisolo bino n'embitegeera.
Ate chichi leero.
Mbadde ku dduuka n'empulira nga abakyala bagamba mbu tulina okwewandiisa mu nkola ya IFRIS.
IFRIS.